What's going on, guys? King Raymond here, coming at you with another video today. So today we're going to be taking a look at several knives from my collection and one from the Pass Around group. Big shout out to the Lefty Pass Around group for letting me check out this knife. But before we get into today's video, y'all remember to give me a like, leave comments. In the description of this video and all my videos are my links. There's links with a lot of discounts down there as well. There's also links to my Patreon and my Instagram. At the end of the video, there'll be a little subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell and check out the other video I'll have linked. Now let's flip this camera around and take a look at this collection of knives. Okay guys, we're going to be talking about one of my favorite brands. Most of the knives we're going to see today are from my personal collection, so that should tell you something. But there is one from the Pass Around group. Big shout out to the Lefty Pass Around group for letting me check out this knife. We're going to be talking about Premium Kubey and / KB Knives. Alright, so for the longest of time it was Kubey, and they did budget, and then they had some premium options as well. Well, last year, I believe it was, they sort of delineated their premium stuff is going to be KB Knives, and then their budget stuff is going to be Kubey. Now, there are some still premium knives in the Kubey lineup, and a lot of it is because those models already existed within the Kubey lineup, but the newer premium stuff has been coming through their KB line. This is a prime example. This is a premium knife out of my collection. This is the Kubey Blackout. You notice it has the actual KB pivot and everything. Before, now Kubey is just more the K, and the KB is for the KB knives. We've got a nice titanium frame lock with this dark glass, all this good, not awesome milling, and a very cool M390 sort of drop point blade with this sort of like blade hole opening hump up here. Really cool design, and you can tell the premium ones that are still were in the Kubey line actually still have the Kubey on the blade itself. But the Blackout is a phenomenal knife. I've featured it on the channel before. Really nice action, whether you're using the deployment hole or the thumb studs. Just a really good cutter overall. I love the Blackout. Let's continue on, and I'll bring this back out when we take a look at all of them. Another one in that same category is, this is the KB or Kubey Knives Neo. This is a more compact little frame lock, very minimalistic looking, in my opinion. Just very classy, I should say. Flipper only, and you can still see the Kubey logo right here. And this one is in S35BN. My medium-sized hands, I get 4 full fingers, no problem. Got some handle left over. Nice jimping up here. Classic drop point style blades. Going to be great for just about any of your EDC tasks with some great action. Okay. Nice snappy. Plenty access to that lock bar, and it's a shaker down and everything. I like those instead of like guillotine. I prefer an action where I do 1 or 2 shakes that's just very smooth. So, the Kubey or KB Knives, this is still a Kubey. Neo is a really good overall, just classic, compact knife. Let's continue on. Okay. Next up, we've got another flipper only, but it also has this little long pull, so you can reverse flick off of that. So it's not truly a flipper only, but this is the KB Knives. This is one where we're looking at that is actually a KB knife steel head. This is a great, it's almost, I almost call this like a spade blade, all right? So it's got a very sharp drop, and the point is almost directly in middle of the pivot. You've got some belly up here. This is more of a spade blade, and this is in M390. This is a new breed EDC design. I get 4 full fingers, no problem. I can trigger pull right up here on this tool because my hands are smaller, but I'm right there on that edge, so you got to be careful. And if I'm more in this position or using it like in your finesse group. This is an inset liner lock on the titanium, and on that long pull you can reverse flick, no problem. Very nice. The steel head is a great, just like the Neo, compact, easy to carry, just versatile EDC blade. The new breed EDC killed it on that design, the steel head. Let's keep up with the new breed EDC designs, and this is the KB Decimal. Another in that same category, except this is going to be a opening hole and a front flipper. Okay, you see the filler tab in there. I didn't even mention it. This one's non-reversible, but this one is reversible with the filler tab. All right, and you've got nice jimping on the front flipper, inset liner lock, and more of a sheep's foot. It's not really a worn clip because it's not exactly straight. It's got a little bit of belly to it, so nice sheep's foot style. Great for EDC. Easily to use that tip, and as well as still being able to get right behind that edge and do your power cuts. This one right here is in M390 as well. Really nice action. Mine have broken in really well. Good detent. Very snappy. Love the Decimal. Really nice offering. And I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but there is micro milling on this titanium as well. It's not just flat. It's not just where it's contour. It's micro milled and very nicely done on the handles. All right, up next is going to be a little bit larger of a KB knife. This is the KB Stroller. Most of these knives have different colorways. Almost all of them that I'm aware of have multiple colorways, and this one has these really cool fat carbon inlays. Then you've actually got a decorative pivot collar, like a Damascus pivot collar. If it's picking it up. We've got flipper, and then you've got this fuller, okay? Really unique design, pocket clip with the little scallops going along. Okay, let's check out the, oh, and a front flipper. And we have a larger blade there, and this blade is in CPM 20CV. You can get a full, I can get a full 4 fingers back here, and then this is a legitimate choke up spot. Way this blade ramps up on the back, you can get a really good purchase on the stroller, and then you still have the tip and that forward belly to do any of your precision cuts. The stroller is one of those knives that is just very, you could do a lot of work with the stroller. It's very capable knife. You've got a tall grind. You've got a good sweeping belly of a blade. You can get a lot of work in cardboard broke down. Just overall, and it still is not huge, so it's still very easy to carry. I almost forgot about the front flipper on this because it's one that I almost never use. Most of the time I'm either deploying this by the flipper tab or by that fuller right there. But even the front flipper works great on this as well. Unique design. It's not one that you're going to just see copied very often as far as like inspiration of. It's got its own unique flair. Next up is going to be the KB Knives Velvet Snake. This is the first offering that I've had featuring KB Knives True DLC. And this knife is a beautiful knife. This one has multiple different variations. This one happens to be the DLC one with like the watermelon sugar camo carbon. We've got a sort of front flipper, top flipper design and thumb studs. You've got a milled titanium pocket clip. It's not reversible. These thumb studs, they fire. And then you've got a really nice swedged drop point blade of M390 with this true DLC finish. This is not a black wash or PVD. You can see the actual finish through the coating. This is true DLC. And it is a beautiful knife, a phenomenal knife, but they do have this in satin, and I believe the dark stonewash and everything like the stroller is. The Velvet Snake is available in that as well. But my medium-sized hands, I get 4 full fingers, plenty left over, and then you have this choke-up flat here as well. You got jimping on this little ramp up, so very versatile blade shape overall. And this is a longer of a knife, so you're going to get plenty of work done with this as well. The thumb studs work great, and then of course you got that top flipper as well. Really awesome knife. This one is like the stroller, and because of the inlays, basically essentially a bolster lock. And just fun to fidget, great to use. Overall, very nice EDC knives. And last but not least, we have the KB Knives Vertigo. Now, the Vertigo is the first, this version comes in many different colorways, but this is the first time me experiencing Kubey's Damascus. As this one is the one with the Damascus inlays. Beautiful Damascus inlays. You know, Damascus varies from knife to knife, from batch to batch. It's one of those natural type materials. I like the colors and the looks of this one. Lots of blues and golds. The light's catching it right for you. But this is thumb studs only. Frame lock. Well, because it's covered a good bit by that inlay. Sort of like frame lock, bolster lock. And a nice swedged. I could make arguments for a sheep's foot or swedged drop point, but it's a unique, versatile blade to where you can use that tip very easily, and then you still got almost the full length of that edge for your power cuts. Really comfortable in hand. Unique way they did the handle on this. This is a Peter Carey design. The handle goes and then it really comes up at this sort of like slant. And for me, with my hands, that fits perfectly. I'm locked in just right there really nicely. If you've got real large hands, I mean, large hands going to be fine. Your really big hands, you might consider this a little bit smaller knife. But for me, this is a great size and a great knife. This was in, matter of fact, the number 2 spot of the best of 2024 on my YouTube channel video. Y'all go check out this video. This was number 2 out of overall. I love the Vertigo. I can reverse flick off those thumb studs. Very snappy, great design. This blade is in S35VN. I've never had a problem with any of Kubey or KB Knives heat treats because they use that cryo vac style heat treat. All of their, even on the DLC, is hitting good Rockwell, appropriate Rockwell hardnesses, and I have had no issues, no chipping, no rolling or anything like that, and they don't just go dull right off the bat. I've gotten appropriate performance based upon the steel. So we've got the Vertigo, we've got the Velvet Snake, we have the Stroller, we have the Decimal, the Steelhead, the Neo, and the Blackout. You can see on the ones that are designated that were steel premium, but Kubey has that Kubey logo on the blade, where the KB, they went away with that and just put the KB logo specific, just on the pivot. Let's flip this camera around and wrap up today's video of these awesome KB and Kubey premium knives. What do you think about Kubey and KB knives? Besides the Neo, this is the one from the Pass Around group. All the rest of these knives are in my personal collection. And if I'm spending my money on it, that's one of the highest compliments I can give to it. I love KB knives especially, but even the premium and the budget Kubey knives. And Kubey does so much OEM work for brands that I love as well. So they are, in my opinion, overlooked for their fit and finish, their quality, their heat treat especially. They're hitting numbers to where other companies are drastically missing the mark as far as the HRC in the appropriate range. So Kubey is doing some great work, and I think they just get a bad rap because they have been in the budget category for a long time, and now they're doing more. That's one reason why I think they did the separation for the KB brand and Kubey, to say, hey, yeah, we can still do budget, but we can do premium stuff as well. And I think you're getting really good value there. I will have KB and Kubey Knives linked below. A lot of the different retailers, I've got discount codes, and I greatly appreciate it when you use those links. Y'all give me a like, leave a comment. Use those links in the description. Use the discount codes. There's also links to my Patreon and my Instagram. Hit this subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. Check out this video. I think you might like it. Y'all be safe out there. I'm King Raven, and I'll catch you in the next video.